Alright everybody, this is my first video, take 2 on this format. The last was just over 10 minutes. Let's see if I can do a little bit better. April 17, 2022 is today's date, 10:53 a.m. as you can all see. What are we looking at? We're looking at Brian and Elinor. Okay, we all know this. So this house is 48 Brian, and his testimony of witness number 2 was there's a house on the corner, it's 48, there's another house, and then there's this house. Okay, and when he says that, he was referring to 48 Elinor. Okay, maybe he said 52, I don't remember right now, I'm drawing a blank, but anyways, it doesn't matter. I just want you to notice the date when this window pops up. 2020, February 20th. Okay, watch what happens. I change it by 1 month, not even. I get 3 weeks later. Okay, you see the house on the corner. It's a new house, so it gets built in 1 month's time. So let me just move this just a little bit this way. You can see it a little bit better on the zoom. Yeah. Okay, so what are we looking at? I want you to look right here. This is 48 Brian. Okay, when I was there in May, they were still working on this house. May of 21, they were still working on this house. However, according to this evidence, it's showing the date of 2020, February 20th, and 3 weeks later, March 23rd, 23. So 22 days later, 23 days later. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. My point is, I'm just trying to illustrate the date. It's very important that we remember. We go back to 2020, February 20th, okay? But what's relevant? This house started building. So when I was there in May, this house still had shit around it. It wasn't still finished. In May 18th and 20th of 21, okay? This house was still being worked on, but anyways, they're showing it as being worked on at this date. It doesn't matter. The point is the house changes, okay? And I want you to note the date, this date right here, because I'm going to use it again when I move up. Okay, so the next thing we do, we go to another date. Let's hope I don't mess it up. And date is 2021. June 30th. Okay, now I want you to look at this house. This is 48 Elinor, described by the testimony of the witness number 2 actually said that the third house up was 52, which is this house. Okay, so he was wrong. It's very interesting because this is 48 Elinor and this is 48 Brian, and then there's this little small house in between. So this must be 46 Elinor, which means across the street, as we know, someone there. Doesn't matter. I'm not even going to mention that for the time being. Okay? But what happens? Watch this house right here. This is 48 Elinor, identified by the Crown and the witness. 48 Elinor. He described the house. I don't remember which house he was saying was 52, if it was the third one up. But watch what happens. We changed the date now. So this is after my reincarceration, and what's the date? June 30th. So I was there in May, 1 month before. Watch what happens. The house changes. Okay? So what happened? I saw this new house when I was there in May. Okay, and this they identified. What is of relevance is this house right here. They identified this house by photo as 48 Elinor. This house right here. When it changes, I gotta click it. When it changes to this was here in May of 21. So they're showing it doesn't even exist at that point because it doesn't change until here's June and then July. See? Point is, it's after. I don't care about the significance. I'm just trying to make some points. This house gets changed, but when you look at the roof line, this might just be an addition. And I say it's almost like movie magic. like set designers might have just added onto the house. Okay, and now we're just going to move up a bit here, and let's see how that looks. So this like this. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. A little bit down. All right. So what are we looking at in the zoomed window? Okay, I'm going to change the date here. I'm going to change the date and go back. Here's where I messed up, and it's what's of interest here. It's the same fucking day, same time frame when these changes. Okay, so I'm glad I did it this way. We're going back to that same date, February 20th. Watch what happens. Okay, so what are we looking at? What are we looking at here? What are we looking at right here? This is 60 Elinor. Okay, 60 Elinor is right here. This is 62, and then you all know this house over here. Okay, and then I went in this house over here. When I went in, there was a circular driveway here. Okay, all right, so now I'm going to show the zoomed window, and what are we looking at? We're looking at in the bottom of the zoomed window. Why doesn't it stay? I want it to stay. Anyways, this is 60 Elinor. Okay, I'll try to get it in the zoom window. For some fucking reason it keeps closing. Why does it keep closing? I want to see the zoomed window over here and be able to hold it. What am I doing wrong? Oh, fuck. Didn't want to do that. Shit, I'm wasting time now. Gonna have to redo it. Why don't you fucking stay? Add this release. Okay, here. Fuck, did I make this window stay open? Like, oh, I stay over here. That's why. Ah, shit. Okay, so this house here is 60. This is 62. This is 66. I went in here. Okay. Now, I put in this window so you can see the date. February 20th, the same fucking day that house starts on the corner, right? Watch what happens. Same thing happens here. See? Now, when I look at this, I have some issues. I mentioned them already. What happened is, across the street here, there's supposed to be a circular drive right here. Ah, shit. Right here. Okay. Right where underneath my arrow. That's where there's supposed to be a circular drive. Because I was sat right there, and that's where the circular drive was. Anyways, this is 60, this is 62. What's relevant is the time. Okay, in February 20th of 2020, that's the way they looked. And a month later, that's the way they looked. I'm telling you, maybe it's just costume design. I don't care. The point is, they could be complete knockdown or rebuilds. It didn't happen in 3 weeks. Very significant is the date, because it's the same date as that earlier one. The 2020, February 20th of 2020. So there you go. In literally 22 days, this happens. Okay, 60 and 62. No one knows house. My grandfather's house, where my grandparents lived, and then he was sole survivor. And this is 62, and this is 66, and this is the house I went to across the street. There was a circular drive here on July 22nd of 2020, apparently. And when you look at the dates now, the dates are February 20th, same as earlier, and now it changes. Okay, so this video is going to be even longer, which means I screwed it up. But anyways, I'm going to keep on going. So that happens on that date, from February 20th, 2020 to March 23rd. There you go. I say complete knockdown and rebuild, but my issue is I remember the driveway being here, and over here there was a circular drive, and I actually came down that circular drive, and then they scared me off, and I went to exit on the path over here, going this way later on the path. It's further up. I'm not going to move it, but the point is the dates. So we noted the date, and now we're going to go one more time up here to now post release reincarceration date. Okay, so I was out on May 17th to May 20th of 2021, and we go here to June 30th of 21. So after, and then the next month. Okay, what happens? Boom, circular drive, new house, maybe not, maybe addition, built right over the last house with a circular drive across the street over here. It happens here. Watch what happens. And also notice the roof here. Okay, it happens. See how it changes? The roof changes on this house right here, and then the circular drive, and this house disappears, and there's a brand new house with the circular drive. And this happens again in those few days. Again, it's 3 weeks. 3 weeks in 3 weeks time. So that's a brand new house across the street with the circular drive. Look how small the house is. Then it's this fucking big castle with the circular drive. But the point is, it's across from Normal's house, the circular drive. I mentioned the circular drive to Steve Delay before this date change. When I went back in on June 10th, I told him the house with the circular drive, which is now 61. Okay, and then I went back, and then a month later, look what happens. So I mentioned to Steve Delay about a circular drive. A circular house with a circular drive pops up, and it's right across from my grandparents, but it's supposed to be over here. It's supposed to be right there. Starting there, and went like this. And I came down there, and then they ganged up on me, and I went this way. And then I cut through the path. That's what happened on that day. So anyways, the dates. This roof changes, and this house gets the circular drive. Okay? And it happens in 3 weeks. 3 weeks time. So we got some issues here. And it's because of what I told Mary Murphy and Steve Delay, that things are changing, and they all get paid by the Ministry of the Attorney General. Very interesting. I'm just going to close with that. I'll read it. Okay. Minister of Attorney General from Wikipedia is where I found this. And what it says is, the Ontario Crown Attorney's Office, the Office of the Public Guardian and Trustee, the Office of the Children's Lawyer, formerly called the Official Guardian, and the Special Investigations Unit all fall within the ministry's jurisdiction. Yes, that's good enough for now. Okay, so I'm going to read it again. The Ministry of Attorney General. This is from Wikipedia. I found this. They control all of these. The Ontario Crown Attorney's Office, the Office of the Public Guardian and Trustee, the Office of the Children's Lawyer, the Special Investigations Unit, all fall within the ministry's responsibilities. The ministry also funds legal aid, which is administered by an independent board. So who do I have issues with? Every one of these people, except the one I skipped over. The official guardian. I didn't care about the kids. So my government has been saying that I'm crazy for the last 10 years. And here, who's responsible? These fuckers right here. These are the guys I have issue with. The Ministry of Attorney General of Canada is who I have issue with.